Here we have a great question by Mr. New 510 this is, and he says, Krown, I'm such a lazy trader. Can you scold me, please? Okay. So first things first, I can come at this from many different ways. All right, first things first, you yourself have defined yourself as a lazy trader, and we all kind of know when we are slacking off and not fulfilling our own, our own potential. We all know that intrinsically, I do think, unless if you're like just completely disconnected with reality, which that can be some people for sure, but it sounds like you're obviously aware and conscious of this fact. So I can say this next segment then. Okay, you yourself know this. What does that mean? That means that you know that you are being lazy. And if you are being lazy, what should you be doing? Not being fucking lazy. Look, how do you explain to someone that is holding a pen to drop the pen? You can say, all right, so first you relax, okay? You start thinking about the pen, that you want to release it from your fingertips, and then you can start to move into the motion, and you just have to calm your mind, think about the present moment. Okay, that's great, but at some point there is a disconnect between the thoughts and you have to move into action. And right now it seems very obvious that you know what you should be doing, which is probably some variation of, defining your strategy, backtesting your strategy, and then actually fucking playing out your strategy, because all those three things are like, look, if you can do that, you're going to be successful in trading, more or less. I mean, that is the magic pill. If you want one, it's still going to take you a shit ton of time, most likely, because backtesting is time consuming, obviously, but if you can just do that, you can be successful. But the problem is that we fall into this like gambling habit, typically speaking. We get excited, we see something, and we're like, oh my God, I can make so much right there. And then, it blows up in your face because you probably didn't have a plan with it. So here's the thing. You need to remind yourself, and I remind myself of this all the time. Look, you can build a skill that can give you a living for the rest of your life if you desire. I mean, there's no reason why not, if you simply just follow the process. The process being, and I'm assuming here that this is what you're referencing, the process being, first, define a strategy, then backtest a strategy. When I say backtest, not a few times, I mean 100 fucking times minimum. The more, the better. And once you have that, then start off slowly putting that strategy to work with a demo account. Haha, yeah, got you there, bitch. And then as you get more and more successful with it, and you actually get the results that you want, that you yourself have defined that you want, then you can start to put in money towards that strategy slowly but surely over time. It's a slow process, but if you follow that with the overall intention and goal that you are going to be building up a skill for life, typically speaking, then the motivation is irrelevant. It is discipline that you want. Motivation is something that is fleeting and floating, and you cannot be reliant on it because it comes and goes. Some days you're just not going to get enough sleep, so you're just naturally not going to feel motivated, but you cannot let that get in the way of your discipline for following that whole roadmap, basically, for, well, hopefully doing something that you actually want to do in your life. I understand that this is, I do understand that that is a bit aggressive, but I do happen to know you, somewhat well, as you have been here for about a year now, I think. So I hope that I can say this with love, because this used to be me. I mean, this is me. I mean, I have to remind myself of this all the time, because we're always just one step away from the death spiral. It can always happen. And if you don't think that it can happen, then it'll definitely happen. But we all know these very, very nasty stories, and sometimes reminding yourself of those nasty stories, whether it be your own or someone else's, can be quite useful. And I can assure you from my own experience, going completely fucking broke is not in any way, shape, or form noble at all. Yes, if you are broke, it doesn't make you a bad person, obviously. But look, if you having money issues is just really, really terrible on your psyche, and I can totally relate to anyone who's going through that. But look, if you can just follow the process, you don't have to. You want to be aware of that, but not necessarily worry about that, and that should hopefully give you enough discipline to follow that and not be, in your words, hopefully lazy. So again, I do hope that is said with respect. I wish the best for you, but I do need to use rather direct language there, because, well, I feel like I could have used that in my early career as well. Hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir.